When you set a goal, you're making a commitment to yourself. And that's the first step, making that commitment to yourself, to your happiness, your growth, and your future. You are watching Nest to Next, a podcast dedicated for moms figuring out what their new chapter will be before it's here, before it's too late. This is a progressive series, so if you haven't seen episode 1 nor 2, head back to my channel and watch those first. So last week I asked you to choose just one activity that you used to do or used to love or wanted to try before motherhood sucked your time away from it. I want to hear how it went. What was the activity? How'd it go? Did you still feel in love with doing it? Comment below, message me. I seriously want to hear about it. Again, welcome back to Nest to Next. Now that we've begun discovering the things that make us happy, it's time to talk about turning those passions into actionable goals. In today's episode, we'll explore how to set new, meaningful goals that will guide you toward a future that excites you and fulfills you. Guys, I don't want you to just watch this. I want you to grab a pen, paper, take notes. I'm doing these same things that I am asking of you, and I'm getting a lot out of it. This is why I'm doing this podcast. There are so many like me out there. I know you're out there. Let's do this together. No need to feel isolated and overwhelmed alone. Together is better. So grab that pen and pad and let's do this. But let's talk about why our goal is important, especially this stage in your life. Well, setting goals gives you direction, focus, and a sense of purpose. When you've spent years focusing on the focus of others, it can feel overwhelming and it's really feel overwhelming to think about what you want. But goals are a powerful way to reclaim your sense of self and start building the life that you've always dreamed of, not somebody else's dreams, what you've always dreamed of. So think of it this way. Goals give you a roadmap. They take those passions and interests that you've started to rediscover and turn them into a concrete plan. When you set a goal, you're making a commitment to yourself. And that's the first step, making that commitment to yourself, to your happiness, your growth, and your future. So one of the best ways to set goals is by using the SMART method. I'm sure many of you have heard about it. But if you haven't, SMART, S-M-A-R-T, stands for number 1, S, specific. Your goal should be clear and specific. Instead of saying, I want to start painting again, say, I want to complete 1 painting a month for the next 6 months. That's very specific. M is measurable. You should be able to track your progress. If your goal is to get in better shape, decide how you'll measure that. Will it be able to walk a certain distance, or lift a certain amount of weight, or fit in a certain pair of pants? A is achievable. Your goal should be realistic given your current circumstances. It's great to dream big, but make sure your goal is something that you can actually accomplish. If you're starting a new hobby, begin with a goal that fits into your schedule, or else you're going to get frustrated. So you have to be able to achieve it. And R is relevant. Your goal should matter to you and align to your long-term objectives. It should be something that excites you and just feels meaningful. And the T is time bound. Set a deadline for your goal. This helps you keep motivated and gives you a clear time frame for completion. For example, I will run a 5K by next June. It gives you a target date and something to work towards. Let's put it into practice. If you've rediscovered a love for cooking, a SMART goal might be, I will try 1 new recipe each week and host a dinner party for friends within the next 3 months. It's specific, measurable, it's achievable, it's relevant, it's time bound, and I want you to invite me over. So setting goals is the first step, but achieving them can sometimes feel daunting, especially now when we still have the kids home, especially when life throws obstacles your way. It's important to remember that it's normal to encounter challenges along the way. The key is to be prepared for them and to have strategies in place to overcome these obstacles. Here are a few tips to help you stay on track. Number one, break it down. Large goals can feel overwhelming. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, start with a goal to run 1 mile without stopping. Then build it up from there. Number two, seek support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. This is why I'm doing this also, whether it's from friends, family, or a mentor, having a support system seriously can make a big difference. They can offer encouragement, advice, or even just listening, when you need when you need to talk. Number three, stay flexible. Life happens and sometimes you'll need to adjust your goals. Life happens. You as a mom, you realize that, but it's okay. Staying flexible and adapting to change will help you stay committed without feeling discouraged. Stay flexible. And number four, this is so important. Celebrate small wins. Every step forward is progress. So celebrate your small wins along the way. It'll keep you motivated and remind you that you're on the right path. Remember, the journey toward your goals is just as important as a destination. Embrace the process. Give yourself grace when things don't go as planned. So here's your challenge for this week. Write down 1 or 2 SMART goals that you want to achieve within the next 6 months. They can be related to your newly rediscovered passions, your career, or anything else that excites you. Then take the first step towards making those goals to a reality. Remember, this is about you, your happiness, your growth, and your future. Next week, we'll dive into the topic of self-care and why it's essential for your well-being as you work towards these new goals. Until then, keep moving forward. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm proud of you, and I need you. So make sure that you are reaching out, and we're doing this together. All right, I'll see you next week.